In this lecture, I will tell you what are the common mistakes made by developers while learning Redux. At the end, I will be giving you some tips to improve your learning progress. The first, most basic mistake done by many is learning Redux and React in parallel. If you do this, you will not be able to focus on both the topics and end with writing the code, which will only confuse you. So the solution is learn React first, use reducer hook will be the plus point, and then proceed with Redux. Second mistake, overusing Redux for every single state. So developers will be using Redux to manage every piece of state, like every local or UI specific states like form inputs or model visibility. So solution would be only use Redux for global or shared state that multiple component needs. So for simple state updates, you do not have to start using Redux. Third mistake is mutating the state in reducers. So what developers do, they will modify the state directly within the reducer, which can make Redux immutability rule. So for that, always return new state object from a reducer. You can use methods like spread operator or array concatenation method to maintain this immutability. So in our entire course, we have used spread operator to return next updated state from reducer. Then fourth mistake, dispatching actions without payload. Most of the time, developers forget to pass relevant data with actions, which will lead to incomplete or incorrect state updates. So the solution is make sure your action always contain the necessary payload whenever it is needed so that reducer can handle the actions properly. Fifth mistake, which many developers do, that is following poor folder structure. By dumping all the actions, reducers, and store inside one single file will lead to poor maintainability. So the solution is organize your Redux logic in a modular way, typically grouping related actions and reducers in selected folders. In this course, I have shown you two ways of creating the folder structure. Accordingly, you can follow or you can create your own folder structure which will help you to organize your Redux code. Then sixth mistake, handling side effects in reducers. Many people will write the side effect logic directly inside the reducer. But we have already seen reducers are pure function. We should not be having any side effect logic. For this, solution would be using middlewares like Redux Thunk or Redux Saga to handle side effects and keep reducers pure. Multiple times we have used Redux Thunk and now you will be aware of Redux Thunk and also now you would be aware how to fetch API data and how to write side effect code. Next mistake, not using Redux DevTool. Many will not utilize this Redux DevTool extension for debugging, which can make it difficult to track changes and debug issues. So for this, integrate Redux DevTool in your store setup so that you can easily inspect actions, states and also resolve debugging problems. Using map state to props everywhere. Wrapping every component with connect and map state to props will lead to performance issues. So the solution would be you can select hooks like use selector and use dispatch from React Redux hooks which can easily access the store directly in functional components and minimize unnecessary re-renders. But to understand the hook, first you should understand how to get access of Redux state and dispatch function. So that is the reason in this course map state to props and map dispatch to prop was included. But if you do not want to use, I have also shown you how to use selector and use dispatch hook. The final tip would be once you understand Redux, directly start with Redux Toolkit. Why? Because writing lot of boiler code by manually creating actions, reducers and types instead of using Redux Toolkit. Redux Toolkit will simplify Redux setup with create slice and configure stored method, which reduces boilerplate and make your code more readable. So these are some of the common mistakes which many developers do, but by addressing these common mistakes, you can easily develop a solid understanding of Redux and write cleaner and more efficient code.